4 months ago, I watched the C-drama Pursuit of Jade for the first time, and then I watched it again and again, and I couldn't help but fall in love with it. The heroine, Changyu, drew me in with her journey to find strength, both in herself and in love. Her story, along with Sejong's, who learns to trust again after being betrayed by his family, really resonated with me. The drama goes beyond romance, touching on war, broken families, and complicated relationships. What truly caught my attention, though, was how food appeared throughout the story. Every dish became a symbol of peace, letting go, and quiet strength. Today I wanted to share that feeling through 3 traditional Chinese dishes from Pursuit of Jade: Osmanthus Cakes, Braised pork belly, and Tangerine Peel Candy. Each one has its own story, and I'm excited to start, so let's begin! The story starts with Fan Changyu, a pig butcher who supports herself and her sister after her parents passed. In the village of Lian, she faces hard rumors and heartbreak while trying to keep her family home. One day, on the way back from the shop, Changyu finds a wounded stranger named Yanzhong, who she didn't know was actually Xiezhong, the Marquise in disguise. To save her home, they agree to a marriage of convenience and slowly build a relationship built on trust. As she helps him recover and opens the family butchery, the pork dishes she makes become more than just food. They show her resilience and hope. Like Changyu herself, the dishes are simple but strong, reminding us that soul strength can change everything. I admire how she pursues her goals, stays true to herself, and finds love on her own terms. I really like that, actually. The dish I wanted to make today was the braised pork stew Changyu made during her promotion to a general position. I love this scene because it showed that even in higher positions, she still stayed true to herself. In the beginning of the drama, she mentioned wanting to have 100 pigs to take care of, and you can tell that she often thought about her butchery days back in Lian. I didn't add enough water to this dish, so it didn't come out exactly how I envisioned, but nevertheless, it still came out as such a delicious and savory braised pork. Like Changyu's pork dishes, the Tangerine Peel Candy also tells a rich story. Since I couldn't find the recipe online, I created my own to match the chewy, creamy treat from the drama. This candy means a lot in Pursuit of Jade. It captures a quiet bond between Changyu and Sejong. During their time apart, Yan, always preparing for war, finds rare peace in Lian, and the candy becomes a comfort for him, even when separated from Changyu. There's a scene where Sejong's friend, the strategist, asks about the candy, surprised because he doesn't like sweets, yet he fiercely protects it, even slapping away his hand. The candy stands for love, peace, and the feeling of home. I actually personally love this candy. It was perfectly tangy. I don't originally reach for orange flavored or citrus flavored candies, but something about this one was actually really nice. I think it has to do with the addition of the tangerine peels and the rock sugar being the base for the candy. It was just really good. For this candy, I wanted it to have a strong tangerine flavor, so I ensured to include the peels in the cooking process. But I didn't want any bitterness, so I boiled the peels for about 15 minutes before using them, and this really does make a difference in the overall flavor of the candy at the end. Additionally, I opted to use Chinese rock sugar because, well, I saw it commonly used throughout the drama, and I knew it would make such a nice candy that wasn't overbearingly sweet. The usage actually created a mildly sweet profile that I enjoyed, and I had to break it up, but I had no problem doing that. Now that we have all of our key components, we can start the candy making process. This process is actually quite simple. I added everything to my pot and conducted a waiting game. I didn't have a candy thermometer, so I used the cold water method instead. Simply put, you drop hot candy into cold water and it will tell you whether it's syrup, soft ball, or at a hard candy phase. I was aiming for soft ball, which we achieved, and you can see by me pinching my fingers that this is the perfect texture for the candy. Now I wanted this candy to be creamy without adding cream, so I simply just whipped it to make it more frothy, and it actually made it very aerated and gave it a nice creamy consistency. I poured the candy out onto parchment paper to cool for about, I would say, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, I ended up doing some other cooking while I was in the kitchen. And after a while, I rolled it out, and I also tossed them in a little bit of rice flour just to make sure that they wouldn't stick. I feel like it gave it a nice sweetness too, because I use sweetened rice flour as well. So this is a really good tip if you want to make sure that they don't stick to each other. The tangerine flavor is very strong. The lemon helps bring it out. Okay, we're gonna wait till this firms up because I think that's gonna change the flavor palette just a little bit more. But so far, I love this. I would eat all of these right now, but we're not going to. We're gonna put these in the fridge. Lastly, just to make sure that they stay firm for a while, we're just going to wrap them and put them inside the fridge for as long as you want. They last for a pretty long time. And just look how cute they are. I love them so much. After exploring one sweet treat, I couldn't help but explore another, the Osmanthus Cake. It stands for Sejong's journey of letting go and healing. I never made this dessert before, but seeing it in the drama made me really want to try it. Finding real osmanthus tea was hard, so I ordered it online, and I'm glad I did because nothing else could really match the special aroma and taste. A common substitute is peach and apricot tea, but I really wanted to try osmanthus, so I went ahead and ordered it. In Pursuit of Jade, this cake is linked to Yeonjan's mother. It's her favorite treat and the last thing she gave him before she died, after betrayal years ago. That loss stayed with him, shaping his nightmares and his path. The cake showed up in the story whenever Yeon needed strength, helping him face his path and in the end find peace through his love for Changyu. It is more than just a dessert. It connects him to his mother, standing for resilience and reminding us that healing can come from unexpected places. Making it made me feel a lot closer to the story, and I really loved how it tasted as a regular tea as well. I actually messed up here by adding a little bit too much of the sweetened rice flour, so I had to take out a bunch, which is why my bowl looks crazy, but I fixed it, and now we're adding sweet rice flour and regular rice flour and a little bit of almond flour because I didn't have wheat starch. Now we're just going to mash everything together until we get a nice flaky kind of consistency, which makes me happy because this is my first time making it, so I'm glad there wasn't any roadblocks. I'm happy I had a strainer. I actually didn't think I had one in my cabinet until I saw one in there. Now we're just going to do equal parts for both layers. It says 49 here, but it ended up going to 50. And then we're going to add our osmanthus layer between the two. I actually had to end up adding a little bit more of the osmanthus tea mixture because I didn't add enough in the little square, but that was actually no problem. It actually just ended up working out perfectly fine. I added the second layer on top and a little topping of osmanthus because that just makes it really cute. And then I steamed it. Do you guys love my steaming contraptions? I don't have a steamer, so this was my way to do it, is by using a measuring cup and then putting my container with a pot lid. It worked really nicely and we had the perfect consistency. After 40 minutes, I took it out of the steamer and then I cut it up. I did let it cool for a little bit just to make sure it stayed within its form. I love how pretty it looks. I've really never made anything like this, so I felt quite ecstatic just looking at it. What I love most is how every dish in this drama tells a story and connects the characters in meaningful ways. At first, the food stands for hardship, but as the story goes on, they become a symbol of love, strength, or peace. Pursuit of Jade drew me in so many levels. The storytelling and the visuals and the emotional depth of it all drew me in and connected with me in a nice way. The drama actually made me want to enhance my own storytelling and my own visual art as well. And it actually did help me reconnect with my love for food, specifically food symbolism. So I just felt very happy to be making this video, if I'm being honest. Okay, so we're back in my room, and look how delicious this meat looks. I mean, look how pretty that looks. That looks amazing. That really looks so good. I think I'm gonna try the meat first and then get into all the desserts after. This actually didn't take that long to cook. I would say it took about 30 minutes because the pork belly I used was thick, but it wasn't super thick, so it actually became tender quite quickly. The flavor is really good. I really love that. All the flavors really come through very strongly. I love the addition of the spices in, but specifically star anise is really punched in here. The dark soy sauce is such a good addition as well because it gives it a bit of a stronger flavor, and then when you have the rock sugar, it gives that hint of sweetness as well. All the flavors really do combine perfectly to create just a nice cohesive pork belly, like a braised pork belly, and I love this. It's so delicious. I like how there's like little pieces of fat on it because the fat really soaks in a lot of the flavor. It's really good. So the pork was amazing. I didn't finish all of it. I'm gonna save some for dinner as well. But now I really want to try the Osmanthus cakes. They just look so good. I love how they came out. The recipe was perfect. They did take a little longer to make. They took about 2 days realistically, but I mean, look at it. It's beautiful. It's literally, it's stunning. I like that. I like this a lot. So I tried it and I have so many thoughts. One, I love the flavor. It's a very subtle flavor, and I can understand why people say if you don't have osmanthus flowers near you, just to try peach or apricot. It tastes quite similar. Something about this does have like its own unique flavor that I really like, and it's a very delicate flavor. This pair amazingly with tea, specifically like a black tea or even like a jasmine tea. This would be so good with that. I actually do like the tea filling on the inside as well. It adds texture. Sometimes I do like things that have a bit more texture in them and some more layers to it. Sorry, I'm just like admiring it because like just the process of making this was really interesting, and then there's something very fulfilling about being able to try something that you see in a show and you make it real by cooking it, and it just becomes so fruitful. Something else I wanted to note is that this cake is so strong that you can have both of these components separate and they would be amazing. Okay, last but not least, we have the candy. The candy I've tried technically already because I made it before to make sure I got the variation right, but I haven't tried it cloudy, so I'm excited to try it. I love the little cute packaging that I have it in. Look how cute that is. Yeah. I think I got the tangerine flavor just perfect. It's nice and firm. It's semi-firm, like because it's chewier candy, so it's gonna stay in its packaging. Look at that texture. Oh, I love that. I really do. The candy is very smooth for one. It's also extremely creamy without even adding cream. If you're like me and you're lactose intolerant, you don't have to worry because I didn't add any physical cream. All I did was just whip it so it would be creamier. The candy itself has a nice tangerine flavor. By adding the lemon juice, it actually like makes the tangerine flavor enhanced. You actually don't taste any lemon. You really just only taste tangerine. I think that's also because we made it with the tangerine peels in the pot. All you're really getting is like that nice punch of tangerine flavor. And it makes your mouth water in such a nice way. I want to make sure I save one of these for my mom because I think she would really like this. I hope this was accurate to the show. I couldn't really tell if it was chewy or if it was firm, but I've been seeing online a lot of discourse saying it was chewier, so I was like, okay, let's go with a chewy candy. I think the rock sugar also adds a nice sweetness. This was also really good and I loved it a lot. I actually have like 6 in here, but I ate them. So, but to be fair, I needed to eat them for my thumbnail, so. Anyways, that is all for this video, and I thank you all for coming along with me on this journey with making foods I've actually never made before, except the braised pork belly. I have made that before, but just in different variation. I thank you all for joining me, and if you like this video, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel and it keeps the community growing. And if there's anything else that you guys are interested in seeing from me, please let me know because I'm very open to trying different things and just experimenting. I really enjoy doing it. But yeah, that is all for this video. Thank you so much and goodbye. If you'd like to support the channel and receive more bonus content, join me over at Patreon, where I have a space for everyone to get crafty and feel re-energized. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.